think what separates this recovery is a huge amount of savings that we have coming out of the recession. The second thing is a cyclical economy, but autos and housing are booming. And ultimately, I think you're going to see more corporate investment. If you think about what happened in Texas with the power down there, people are going to want to build resiliency. You think about some of the issues in China and the U.S. on trade wars, people are going to reinvent their supply chains. And so all that's going to lead to strong growth. And that's happening at a time when monetary policy has been quite accommodative and fiscal is, as you guys have been reporting correctly, is quite extraordinary.
So given that backdrop, where do you want to be investing right now, Henry? What parts of the market?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, I mean, obviously, we're a global firm. I think Asia is leading the recovery. So we continue to be very focused on Asia in terms of real estate, infrastructure, private equity, and even credit. And then what we're really seeing is as companies are doing better, they're starting to reposition their footprint. So we're seeing a lot of corporate carve-outs take place globally in the private equity world. I think one of the big things we've talked to our investors about and we've really focused on as a team is around more of a cyclical recovery this time. For the past decade, every time you had economic growth, all you wanted to do was to fade that and buy secular growth stocks. And that's really why you ended up with this concentrated FANG stocks that you guys have been reporting on. And what's happening right now, I saw Michael's show before, or his comments before about the big boom in the small caps. I mean, that's what we're seeing, right? We own 200 companies globally. We are seeing a real improvement in the kind of small to mid-sized companies that are benefiting on the good side. And what's encouraging right now is we're seeing services start to come back. And that's probably going to accelerate as vaccines get rolled out more, not only in the U.S., but Europe, where growth has been a little more tepid.
Henry, you mentioned briefly infrastructure. What does that really entail in terms of investment opportunity right now? Is it tied to, whatever government program might come out, or is it about, just investing in real assets that already exist out there?
Yeah, so really what we're seeing from our perch is this huge energy transition. We estimated it's a $3 trillion annual spend as people go away from carbon towards renewables. And that you can play that multiple ways. And look, China, the U.S., and Europe don't agree on many things, but all three of them are barreling down the road to improve their carbon footprint. And so that's a very exciting theme. I think the second one, Mike, is just really around fiber. A lot of times people think about infrastructure as a slower growth industry. What we're seeing is anything but that. If you think about data usage, it's exploding. That helps data centers. If you think about fiber in the ground, towers, those are all growth areas where we've had a really strong investment deployment pace.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.